hold your hands? We can be a little bit dorky together.
Is Natalie's big dork energy
Will you be my player 1 to my player 2?
proving too much for Collins?
Nat is really there, probably more there than
I'm going to need sort of an explanation from Mavs producers. Did they have a contract with Jaden's brother that they would only take Jaden if his brother came on and sort of spoke about his relationship and what went wrong in it? Because I don't see why he's the center of attention. I don't see why there's this constant comparison of the two weddings. They have nothing to do with each other. He should have been there if he was going to be there and just sat in the back. Yes, it was good that he was able to talk his brother down when he was spiraling, but still, we don't want to hear about his failed marriage and his regrets in his marriage. Oh my God. I digress. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button and turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Married at First Sight Australia, Season 11, Episode 3. Everyone seems to be having an amazing time on their honeymoon, which is great. I think the drama is yet to come, or they're waiting until all the people have got married and then they'll show us the chaos. And it's too good to be true, or it's too much of a coincidence, because in Married at First Sight USA, you had someone walk away at the altar. So to have John go and speak to Michael and tell Michael that sadly, the guy he was matched with has pulled out of the experiment doesn't make sense. The fact that they actually gave him airtime is surprising, because the lady in the American version was totally scrubbed out. We never got to see her face. We never got to see who she was. So I don't know. I feel sorry for Michael, but as he said, it could be a blessing in disguise, in the sense that he might have dodged a bullet. It may be that person wasn't meant for him and it was going to be chaotic. So maybe the new person, because apparently they're still trying to match him, so maybe the new person will be the better option. I don't know. We'll see. So we have, the introduction of 2 more couples that are getting married. And I have questions. Natalie and Colins, they don't make sense. Well, I guess it does, because they remind me of Bennett and Emily from Married at First Sight New Orleans, but I don't quite get it. Did they match them because they're both geeky and nerdy, or what? It doesn't make sense. They're both quirky, yes. But Emily's 32. She's a physiotherapist. She's been in a long-term relationship. And you have Collins, who's 28 and has never been in a relationship. So it's sort of like, are they thinking that they're going to understand each other's quirks? What is it that makes, the experts think that they would make an ideal couple? I am very worried. I'm very concerned that maybe they might have missed the mark. Maybe, I guess, yes, they both need someone who'll be able to appreciate their uniqueness. But is it a good idea to put 2 very unique people together? That I don't know. And that's very concerning for me, because it's like it could either go very well or it could go very, very wrong. That's the concern. Next up is Eden and Jaden. They are the next couple to be married. Jaden is 26 years old. Apparently, his brother was a former cast member on the show. And it's like, why would they then bring his brother on? Have they run out of people then? Or what? Make it make sense? I don't get that bit. And so he says he's totally different to his brother, and they both try to make it a point to let everyone know that, he's different from his brother. He's more trusting. He's not going to cheat on anyone. And so it's like, I don't know, maybe thou out-scream the loudest. And so, he says he's been judged because of, of what he does for a living. He is concerned that, his bride might judge him because he's a kickboxer. And so she might, think he's someone who's very... I think he's more or less saying someone who's very aggressive, someone who's in your face, when he is a lovey-dovey person. He's very... he sounds like he's a hopeless romantic. He says, I go home for beer and tickles. And so he has been cheated on by his former girlfriend. And so he comes with that baggage. But then he's been matched with someone who's also been cheated on, and it's like, is this a good thing or is it a bad thing? Because they're always going to be suspicious of one another. Apparently, it seems Eden was cheated on by her boyfriend with her childhood best friend, and so she comes with that baggage. And so it's a matter of is this a positive thing or is this a negative thing? I know the experts think it's a positive thing. I am suspicious. I am worried that they're both going to be untrusting and they're going to struggle to sort of create a connection because they're always going to be looking for any signs that something is not right with the connection. That's the impression that I get, but I might be wrong. The producers are having a field day. They are enjoying Natalie and Colins because you have Natalie's mum and sister sort of come and see her while she's getting dressed. And they're talking about her dad. I think he's deceased. And they make it seem like he was just as quirky as Natalie is. So this is nothing new to them. And according to the sister, her dad used to say that she's destined for, for drama, more or less. So they're not surprised that she's decided to join the experiment. And this is how she's decided to look for her life partner. And it's like, oh my God, what's going on here? She seems very chilled and very relaxed. I'm surprised we didn't get to see Colin's family sort of have a conversation with him before he walked down the aisle, even though we got to see a small sort of interview with his parents. They were excited for him. And the producers are messy. For them to insert the clip of him struggling to open the door because the door was locked and he forgot to unlock the door. It's like, why not just tell him how to open the door instead of you watching him like that, fumble and make a fool of himself on TV? That I didn't get. When he got there, he was so excited to see everyone. He behaved like, Tristan behaved when he got to his wedding. And it's like, some of these people are so excited to do this because this is something they really want to do. And others are just there just to be show-offy, in my opinion. I was very nervous about Natalie and Colins, but oh my God, the fact that Natalie kept tripping over herself when she was walking, at least they could have helped her lift her gown. Maybe she wouldn't have tripped so many times. And because she's a physiotherapist, she just told them, give me some tape, I'll tape my leg and I'll walk down the aisle, because there was no way that she was going to allow them to carry her up the altar. That would have looked crazy. So as soon as she got there, they started talking. You could see they hit it off immediately. They love the same football team. They're both very quirky and nerdy. Every time they said something, they would hug. Every time, and when they said their vows, as soon as Colin said his vows, they hugged. When Natalie said her vows, they hugged, and you could tell they really were excited. I'm very hopeful for them. They are one of the couples I think I like. I think they've joined Cassandra and Tristan for me, and they understood each other's quirks. They were, just happy to be there, just happy to have found their person. And I like how positive Natalie was when she was told, because in his vows, Colin said, I've never been in a relationship. And other people would say, oh, I'm very concerned. But she was happy to be his first relationship. And it's like, maybe that's his first and his last. I liked them. I really liked how they got each other's banter and how they seemed to like the same things. And everybody around them, every time they found something they have in common, everybody would just cheer for them because they knew that, oh, this he likes this as well, or she likes this. Or you could see her mum and her sister sort of tearing up because they realized that there was someone out there who's just as quirky as she is, and maybe that's her person that she's been waiting for. So I really liked that for them. I have high hopes, and I hope they actually work because it seemed like a good match. At first I was concerned, but it seems like a good match. I have hope. Is it me, or is Jaden's brother showing a bit of ASB, attention-seeking behavior, in the sense that why does he keep bringing up, oh, I didn't trust the process? He has regrets. This is what I get. And so if he's regretting not having sort of paid attention to his partner, not participating and fully experiencing the experiment, why doesn't he contact the lady unless she's married? I haven't watched that season, so I don't know. I don't know why he has to keep bringing up stuff about himself. But anyway, I digress. So Jaden and Eden, I think they make a great couple. I think they do. My concern is the fact that they've both been cheated on. And I'm worried about how that will sort of play a part in their marriage. Their vows were sweet. I was worried Eden was going to think, oh, he's too aggressive because he's a boxer and all, a kickboxer. And so I'm surprised that she took it very well and she seemed to really like this guy. He obviously comes with his insecurities, as I was saying before, about the cheating, and I don't know how that's going to play a part in his marriage to, Eden. He really seemed attracted to her. She seemed to really like him. He was happy that she likes dogs. He said, she looks like a confident woman who has all her crap together, which is something he was looking for in a partner. So I hope they work, because they actually had a cute little case. You could see his brother was very proud of him and was very excited for him. I don't know whether, he's wishful thinking that, oh, I wish that was me, but I hope he's able to support his brother through the experiment and sort of give him the advice he needs in order to be his best self and actually get a positive outcome from this experiment, because it seems he's found the woman he asked for, and hopefully his baggage doesn't sort of lose that for him. Oh, disaster. So, you have Natalie and Colins go for their reception, and she is a bit too much. Even for me, she's a bit too much because of the way she was so hyper and she was, over talking him and stuff. And you could tell he was getting exhausted. He was sort of, I don't know whether he's got the ick, but it seems like he's about to check out, because he's questioning that how can we both be this hyper? I now have to be the calmer person in this relationship when I'm used to being, the one who's out there. And so I don't know whether this was a good match, actually, unless she settles down. Maybe she's just overexcited or overstimulated because they're at the wedding, there's people there, and she's trying to make the best of first impressions. But you can tell her sister's becoming anxious, because the more she talks, it seems the more Colins shuts down, and I don't know how long this can go on for before he actually fully checks out. I'm curious as to whether Jaden's marriage was a package deal, that his brother would get to speak and do whatever he wants and sort of reminisce about his marriage, because this has nothing to do with Jaden's marriage to Eden. So I don't know why we keep getting flashbacks to the brother's wedding and to the brother talking about his regrets. This has nothing to do with Eden's wedding day. They need to allow Eden and Jaden to enjoy their day. Yes, I'm happy that, as a brother, he was able to sort of pull Jaden out and have a conversation, because Jaden wasn't sure whether, his bride really liked him or not. And so speaking to his brother, I think, calmed him down. And then he later had a conversation with his bride, and sort of she said, yes, I find you very attractive. And the interesting thing was, while he was speaking to his brother and expressing his concerns outside, the bride was busy telling her friends how much she really likes Jaden. I think Jaden is a great guy, or he comes across as a great guy. So I have high hopes for them. I like the fact that he took her outside later to speak to her and actually let her know about his concerns. And she was able to sort of address the concerns and have him sort of have peace of mind. And then, he later took her on the dance floor. She said she was nervous about dancing, and he actually talked her through the steps and was very patient with her and made it seem so flawless that you couldn't tell that she wasn't great at dancing. So I have hope for them. I really do have hope for Jaden and Eden. It was cute to see Eden and Jaden the morning after their wedding, how comfortable they were and how at peace they were. And so hopefully his sort of insecurities don't hinder this relationship, because they're both two broken people. And I think if they do the work with their experts, if they focus on themselves and sort of block out the noises, they do have hope. I think of this episode, they are my favorite thus far. With Natalie and Colins, Natalie was too much for anyone. I think even for the producers, she was too much. I don't know whether she was too much because she was too excited, or whether that's who she is all the time when she's not at work, because I don't think she could be like that at work and still have people not complain about it and have to tone herself down because people are saying she's too extra. So I don't know. We'll see how it plays out, but I have hope for her, and I hope that if she can mellow down, maybe Colins will open up, because he is used to being the hyper person, and now he's found someone who's very hyper, who's even more hyper than him. And his problem is, I think he's a people pleaser, in the sense that he will say things that people want to hear, he'll do things that people people want him to do for them, even if he's not happy, just because he wants peace. And it seems this was the case because Natalie was upset when he said he was a slow burn. And I think he said he was a slow burn because he wanted her to sort of take a moment back and just relax and sort of try not to be too in your face. That's the impression that I got. And so I don't know, we'll see what happens. They've both gone on their honeymoons, and it seems the next episode is the honeymoon episode, so I can't wait. Thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 2. Bye guys.